Publicity Secretary, APC River State Caretaker Committee, Chibuike Ikenga, joins me now from River State. Good to have you on the program, Mr. Ikenga.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's talk about this 7-day ultimatum that the Martins Amaewhule-led House of Assembly declared. And what really is your own interpretation and understanding of shutdown of the state expenditure?
Okay, quickly, you'd recall that the last time I appeared here, I did mention that after the Court of Appeal judgment, that it was another opportunity for Governor Fubara to mend fences with the House of Assembly and then kickstart the processes of taking Rivers people in a united front for development. But I also presented to you a caveat that the governor is known to disobey court judgments, disobey prescriptions of the Constitution, and that he was not going to obey.
Mr. Ikenga, that allegation is gross, it's weighty, and let's just really understand and remember the fact that, this is national television. So you would need to back up whatever claim you make, with some form of evidence.
Yes. Furthermore, that same day, after the Court of Appeal judgment, the governor was seen in the media publicly saying that he does not recognize the Martin Amaewhule-led House of Assembly as Speaker and member, that he doesn't. The same day that Court of Appeal did set aside all actions that we are taking, and including the positions of Okojumbo and friends who claim to be in charge of the House Assembly. Be that as it may, after that judgment was given by the Court of Appeal, I did say that this is another opportunity for Governor Fubara to unite the state and put everybody together for the greater good of the people. Now, it was on the basis of that when the Martin Amaewhule-led House of Assembly met, they gave the governor another new lease of life. Say, look, let us start afresh, present the budget. And if that is presented, then we can start. And then they gave him 7 days ultimatum within which he can present the budget. I know that the governor will refuse, and he refused. So having refused that, like he did refuse to obey the Court of Appeal judgment, like he also did refuse to obey the letters and prescriptions of the presidential proclamation for peace, which the president midwifed, to ensuring that there is peaceful coexistence between the Rivers State House of Assembly and the state governor. I know that all that he did not respect. More so, the governor does not respect constitutional provisions. So it is on the basis of that, mind you, that the Rivers State House of Assembly is elected to safeguard the people, to safeguard the interests of the people. Mind you also that this is the reason why Montesquieu and others propounded the theory of separation of powers to check executive rascality. And you know what we have in Rivers State has been continuously and continually exhibiting executive rascality.
Mr.
And
Ikenga,
that is what the government...
Yeah, Mr. Ikenga, don't you think this is some form of delayed tactics by these lawmakers, and which has the potential of further drawing Rivers State back from development?
No, I don't know what you mean by delayed tactics. I'm saying that they gave him an ample opportunity to represent the budget so they can start. Assuming without considering that the governor presented the budget and the House of Assembly held down the budget and giving reasons why they cannot pass the budget, then it will be public outcry against the House of Assembly members. But as it is, the governor has continued to tread on the path of unconstitutionality. That's what he's doing.
Well, Mr. Ikenga, the governor had in December presented this budget of about 800 billion naira to the State House of Assembly, and which was approved and which is what the state government is running on. So why would the House at this point now, choose to, just call this total shutdown in the system?
No, he did not present it to the Rivers State House of Assembly. He presented it to a factional assembly which he created for that purpose.
At that time, did this assembly exist?
Sorry, 1 minute. The decision of the Court of Appeal has vitiated whatever that has happened, because the Court of Appeal stated clearly that every decision that we are taking by that group committee of friends under Okojumbo are null and void. Mind you, before then, there was a Federal High Court judgment from Justice Omotosho, we did order the governor as well to present this budget to the validly nominated House of Assembly, which is under Right Honorable Martins Amaewhule, and the governor refused. So the governor had always prepared to undermine court judgments, undermine constitutional provisions, and then create more problems and fester crisis in Rivers State. That's why we're where
that is an allegation, Mr. Ikenga, and I would not, allow you continue with that line of thought here. Even if you would make any allegation, we've got to be civil with it because this is national television. And I was going to say that the governor has actually rebuffed this. He's called it delusional, and he has said that he's already preparing the 2025 budget.
Well, I take exception to the fact that you say I'm not civil with my criticism about the actions of the governor. I take exception to that because I've been very civil. I'm talking about constitutional provisions and the governor's actions that negates those sections of the constitution. That is civil criticism. It does not. I do not take the governor personally. I take his policies, and that's why we are here. We must continue to let the public know the failures of the government, particularly with policy issues and how it affects the Rivers people. I can tell you, the governor is known to have always disobeyed court judgment. I've told you, one, Justice Omotosho gave a judgment which has not been appealed. Neither has any superior court nullified that judgment, that he should present the budget to the House that is led by Martins Amaewhule. He failed. Two, there is a Court of Appeal judgment which has said that Oko Jumbo and friends never existed as members of House of Assembly. Neither did Honorable Edison claim speakership exist, that he never existed. The governor refused to obey them. These are facts that are known to Nigerians and known to even you, the media. So we are not talking about things that we cannot substantiate. We are saying that the governor is interested with his actions and inactions, which have continued to fester disunity, which has continued to make peace elude us here in Rivers State and retard development continually. That is the position we are here.
Mr. Ikenga, would you say with clear conscience that the Martins Amaewhule-led House and team are actually towing the path of peace in this whole situation?
100%. They are peaceful. They have not carried clubs and arms against the executive. They have maintained their position that they must abide by the constitutional provisions and pronouncements of the courts. Remember that when a state high court in Rivers State here stopped them from participating or claiming that they are members of the House of Assembly, they held back. They waited until such a time they got reprieve from the Court of Appeal. How else can you judge them to be peaceful other than obeying the rules and regulations as put forward by the Constitution as well as court pronouncements?
So what really matters at this time? Rivers people need to move on. There needs to be development in the state. The election date has been set. Elections need to hold, and there has to be peace in Rivers State. Are you guaranteeing that the APC is willing and ready to abide by all policies, all decisions, all initiatives brought forward at this time to ensure and entrench peace in the South state?
For APC, we have always been peaceful. We have been obeying the Constitution, and we are not taking up arms against anybody. As a party, we take our decisions based on international best practices and what the Constitution has said. Let me remind you, elections, you have said, have been fixed. Who made the budget preparation for the election? Was it presented to the House of Assembly? Was it passed? And then how is it going to be funded? These are the issues. And then, mind you, we did mention as APC that the first stakeholders engagement that took place, the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission did not invite the APC. They excluded us. And we are yet to get explanations as to why we were excluded. Doing so, ab initio, amounts to exclusion, and excluding us means that they have things that they want to do against us that are not guaranteed under the law. So these are some of the issues that must be straightened out before we go into any election, so to speak.
All right, Mr. Ikenga. Publicity Secretary, APC Rivers State Caretaker Committee, Chibuike Ikenga. Thank you for joining us on the program.
My pleasure always. Thank you.